Well, Elsa, Suzanne, take a look at Susan. Take a look at this. You know, this thing has been going, like you said, since San Bernardino. If you guys are local, obviously you are. We've been talking on the internet for a while. We picked it up, or we heard about it when it was on the 57 near the 210. Right now, we're southbound on the 405 freeway, just passing the 105 freeway. So we have been going for quite some distance. There have been some highlights. As I understand it, we have some tape queued up. The first one was when Chino Hills Police Department took it back over from the California Highway Patrol. And in the Burbank area, when we were on the 134 freeway, there was a time when the traffic was so backed up, the vehicle was almost stopped, and they tried to do a pit maneuver. They made contact with the car, but it wasn't enough to spin it around. Just kind of bumped it really hard. That really agitated the driver of that vehicle, who then just took off, really kind of pushing his way through the traffic. We haven't seen this car make contact, meaning hitting any other cars this afternoon, but we've seen a lot of strange behavior inside that vehicle. The driver taking off his clothes at one time, almost naked, and then later on putting on clothes. Don't know if he's changing or trying something new, but we saw that maneuvers earlier on. Then this person actually driving the wrong way on the freeway. 101 freeway, this time of the afternoon, was packed up. He basically made a U-turn to get onto the southbound 405, going against traffic for some time. The law enforcement, they were right behind him, being safe, lights and sirens. They basically were able to catch up to him again on the southbound 405. Anybody in this area knows southbound 405 always slow and go, especially this time of night, and this pursuit has basically been that. He's been in traffic for the longest time. Now the California Highway Patrol, they're the ones back behind him once again. We just passed over to Los Angeles International Airport. This car drives slow, then speeds up. What's he driving? They're saying it's stolen. We believe him. We got a male driver behind the wheel, and the car is going to be about a 90-ish Toyota Camry. The car keeps going. The driver doesn't seem too concerned about what's going on behind him. At times, he does get a little crazy. He does drive fast, like we said. We haven't seen him hit anybody on the freeway or bump anybody on the freeway. That's the positive right now. We're still hopeful this will end in a peaceful manner. Where he's going, that's anybody's guess. We don't really know. We're just watching. But yeah, there was some unusual behavior. You're right. I forgot about that. He opened up the door. He was looking out underneath the vehicle. I thought he was going to out or trying to dump something out of the vehicle, but he just stuck his head out. He was looking around under the car. Don't know what that's all about, and we might ever really find out. Slow moving. We're getting out of the Hawthorne area. Southbound 405. Lawndale's going to be the next big one. Not quite there yet, but getting very close. California Highway Patrol, they're the ones behind him right now. Chino PD, I don't know if they backed out or basically are started to head back home. They were staying with it for some time, but you can see a number of California Highway Patrol out here now behind that vehicle. They're creating quite a traffic break for that car. You can see that little pocket. You've got traffic here, and then you've got traffic back over behind it as well. They're trying to, basically the idea is that if this thing does come to an end, the officers that are dealing with with that suspect will have a little pocket to work with. Those right there, those are going to be the Chino PD. That's going to be the Chino Hills Police Department. They're the ones that were originally in pursuit. They handed it off to the California Highway Patrol for some time, but then they took it back over in the Pasadena area. Now, California Highway Patrol back in at the helm, as it would be. You can see officers making a move right now. Here it comes. It looks like they're going to try to pin him on the freeway. And there it is. Rear bumper out. Nice little spin right there up against the curb. Now, this doesn't mean it's over. We've seen this in the past to see if those California Highway Patrol try to block him in. But that car definitely facing the wrong way right now. Maybe that engine is off. We don't know. But right now, that's the most action we've seen in a while. Don't see those reverse lights on. The car just kind of rolling. Seems like the brake lights are on. They are there. They're poised. They want to bring this thing to an end. Stolen vehicle. That's what this was all about earlier on. Don't know if he's going to try to restart it. Right now, very dangerous situation. Guns out. You can see those lights, bright lights on that driver. And that driver seeming to do the wrong thing. This is not what they want to see these suspects do, making those moves around. Looks like he's climbing into the back part of the car.
Yes.
This type of situation is not what they want. They want to see hands out. They don't know what this person has as far as a weapon. Right now, southbound 405 is where this thing came to an end. Just about, we might be just about the Lawndale area, right at the border. But southbound 405, this car's stopped now. That suspect not complying. California Highway Patrol, weapons out, bright lights on this guy, and he's just kind of moving around inside that car. Unclear what he's doing in there.
You know, Stu, we rarely see a pit maneuver performed on the freeway for many obvious reasons. Usually the rates are very high rates of speed on the freeway. There's usually a lot of innocent drivers around, a lot of traffic. It becomes almost impossible to perform that pit maneuver on the freeway, but the roads have been pretty wide open, surprisingly, for this driver who has made it from Chino Hills all the way past LAX with very little traffic to stop them. Every once in a while hitting a few pockets here and there, but here we are. They were able to do the pit maneuver here on the freeway, and it looks like we're in a bit of a standoff. And as you and I have seen, Stu, many times, now they have to kind of recalculate law enforcement.
They're shooting
how they're going to handle this.
They're shooting something at the vehicle.
They're trying to break the window. They're shooting less than lethal. It's going to be southbound 405 right about the Hawthorne area. Now, one of the things this guy is doing right there, those are less than lethal. Those are beanbag rounds, basically designed to break that window out. Maybe that pepper dust will annoy the driver to the point where they're going to be able to, this guy will get out on his own. But the better tactic right there is that dog. That's going to be a California Highway Patrol dog, and they're letting him loose right now. Going to see if we can get around to the other side, Brendan. He was trying to, my pilot was trying to suggest us to do that earlier on, but right now it does seem like the dog is inside that car with that driver.
Yeah, well, he's far in the back,
of course, I'm sure that driver's going to wanting to come out of that car. I can guarantee it. That dog definitely biting that guy. Right now, suspect on the ground. This thing coming to an end. Southbound 405, right about Rosecrans. California Highway Patrol K-9 unit bringing this thing to an end. As it was a very long pursuit for quite a bit of time out here. Slow going on the 405, really just inconveniencing so many other drivers. But now this suspect, possibly dangerous suspect, in custody. That K-9 going inside that car to take that suspect out.
They were not going to wait for that suspect to make a decision whether or not they were going to come out peacefully. We've seen many times, Stu, they have sat and waited for the suspect to come out. Sometimes that is a long, drawn-out process. Sometimes it takes minutes. Sometimes we've seen it take hours. But what do you think the reasoning was behind sending in the dog in immediately instead of letting this